Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and also on our streaming site, eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Eagle News. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Join me discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. Education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. There is a sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of the globe, and some quarters believe that online learning will continue to persist post-pandemic. Today, we are privileged to guest a New York Stock Exchange-listed company, the leading online English education platform that connects more than 20,000 online Filipino teachers to millions of foreign students through live and interactive lessons. We will have Ms. Jennifer Ke, country head of 5-1 Talk, the fastest-growing online English language teaching platform in China and the Philippines. Ms. Ke will talk about the challenges and opportunities in online education that's also targeted to teachers who can work from home to teach English to Chinese students. Open for Business will be back. Stay with us.
All or nothing na ang magiging labanan sa tagisan ng galing. Dahil ang top 30 ay sasalain na para mabuo ang top 15 semi-finalist.
Sino ba sila? Karaniwang tao, saan katatakbo? I've been praying for.
Tutukan niya this weekend sa pinakamalawak na talent competition on Philippine TV and online. Ito ang Tagisan ng Galing.
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sandig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sandig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vetabrew NutriChoice, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and probiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo, ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChoice. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Luncheon Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Food Standard Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Cooper, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. In participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint, Matimco, R Square Variables Incorporated, Compizel Enterprises, Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, EMAC UPB Roof Corporation. East West Bank, your dream, our focus.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutri-Chunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks.
Skyway Stages 1 and 2, the elevated toll road system project, run from a section of the South Luzon Expressway from Alabang to Magallanes, Makati.
A spared stone from prison, the self-described dirty trickster was due to be jailed next Tuesday for lying to lawmakers in relation to alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
Hello, my name is Robin and I'm 5 years old. My mom and dad said many people are getting sick. That is why we have to stay at home. That is why I cannot go to school. I cannot play outside and I cannot even visit my friends. We can only go outside if we visit the doctor or if we need to buy some food. And when we get home, we have to wash our hands. While I'm at home, I do my homework, clean up my toys, help cooking our food, and help my parents with their work. Please stay home so we can all play together again. Bye!
Open for Business is back, and with me is the country head of 5-1 Talk, Miss Jennifer. Okay. Miss Jen, good day to you po.
Good day, Cesar. And hello to all your viewers.
Ma'am, thank you so much for gracing Open for Business. And as I mentioned earlier, Miss Jen, almost everything is online. Like you order food online, you get things online, you ask, we learn, we sing, we even dance online. So what with what's happening around the world with COVID-19 pandemic, everything has shifted online. Halos lahat na po yata ng pwedeng gawin sa natin araw-araw, can be done online through the internet. And what's really surprising, well, not necessarily surprising because you've been in the business of online education for years already, but what are your thoughts on this? As I mentioned, will this really persist, or are you also experiencing the huge growth in terms of online education, online learning? Miss Jan?
Yes, thank you for that question. Cesar, actually, during the pandemic, I believe our teachers, more than 20,000 of them, no, are home based and all over the Philippines. I would say they have been safe and actually earning a lot more than usual because of during the China lockdown, our students were also at home and they couldn't do anything. So lessons were happening, almost every time. So students want to book their teachers, again and again to sharpen their English teaching or English speaking skills. So I would say that as you said, online is the way to go, and everybody the safest way to earn now is to be online, shop online. Now you can also earn online. So this is really the way to.
Yeah, actually, I was also talking to one of our partners last time, and I think she mentioned about three areas where there's really a huge gain in terms of potential, and that's of course e-commerce. I think logistics tied up with e-commerce and also financial technology. The reason I asked that is, of course, when you said some of the customers, some of our viewers, some of the businesses have lost their jobs during the pandemic. But here is one opportunity for teachers, as you mentioned, who have earned so much. And because of course, during the lockdown, you mentioned that the Chinese market, for example, are really focused online to continue their learning. Can you describe the market and how learning was before in terms of maybe number of teachers and number of students before COVID, and now that we're still experiencing some kind of spread of the virus?
Yeah, so early this year, I would say that it was a normal, kind of abnormal, but it was a normal, for the platform. Students were in school and the teachers were also at work or outside or, had other things to do. But during the pandemic, both, student and teachers have to be at home. So they have, anything productive they could do from home is really the best way to utilize your time. So what happened was the student lessons doubled, I would say, and then the teacher, you would say, the teacher earning also doubled. Right. So in the process, so I think and we had more and more students also come online because of the good performance of our teachers, Filipino teachers, the word of mouth. Alam mo naman, pag online, if the word of mouth is good, may mga suki eh. So people come back to you again and again to have lessons with you or refer other customers to you. So that has been, the feedback. And so if our teachers continue to do well, naturally more and more students will come online, and we are actually 51 Talk is one of the, you would say, one of the winners of this during this pandemic, because teachers, nothing was disrupted in terms of the operations or even the earnings of the teacher. In fact, it even improved. So likewise on the student side, instead of waiting for maybe evening to have their lessons, now they can wake up and then have their lessons because school was also canceled. So that was so you would say numbers kind of doubled, if not at least.
Yeah, that's very interesting to know, Miss Jen, and also I think it's really one of the reasons why a lot of businesses, a lot of students, a lot of parents included would also be focused on providing the gadgets, for their kids, for their businesses. So my question now, Miss Jen, is that do you think that online education and telecommuting would really be the way to go? Of course, it's very important now in terms of our educational sector, because that's what a lot of the education sector is also talking about, because a lot, like say for example, I'm also a parent, but and I have, you still worry, if you will send your kids, going to school, or would you want to really look at some sort of a blended learning where there's a combination of online and person to person. This is now the time for businesses, for even school owners, to make sure that they have options for online learning, for online education. So is this the way to go now? Is this really the focus of the country, that we will go towards online learning, online education, and telecommuting?
So that's a big question, Cesar, because I am not the expert on this, but we would say that 5-1 Talk provides supplementary kind of learning to our students. So it's really learning English. In China, there's no place to practice speaking English. So the platform provides that to the students, and I would say, it's not our expertise to say whether e-learning is the way to go, but we would say that it's effective in terms of supplementing education for certain subjects, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Jen, you mentioned about, and I think I heard in one of the interviews of the CEO of 5-1 Talk that Filipino teachers, and I think off-cam you also mentioned that the Filipino teachers are the best English, online English language teachers in the world. Can you elaborate more on that? Can you let us know, how you would, recruit teachers? What's their, what are the, in terms of the background and their experience? Who are the teachers, or what's their qualifications? What are the skills that you are looking at as far as a recruitment of teachers? Because I know that when I spoke with the other BPO experts here in the show Open for Business, talagang yung BPO ang isa sa mga, and even multinationals across the globe, di ba, Ms. Jen? Our capability to our command of the English language is very well regarded by different sectors, and that's even the multinationals appreciate that, and that is actually a competitive advantage over the other countries who offer also other business processing services. So in terms of hiring or recruiting teachers here in the Philippines, who and what skills are you looking for, Ms. Jen?
All right. So as far as the first question goes, why the Filipinos? No. So you've mentioned it. The Filipinos have a good command of the English language and actually a very neutral accent. So our CEO searched the world and found that the Filipinos, because of the call center market here, they know that a lot of the Filipinos are well trained. And also later on, of course, they researched further that they found out that Filipinos, of course, learned English. As we all learned English, right? So compared to the native speakers, they just spoke English, but maybe didn't learn as much as we had to. We learned English in school formally, so then that makes us quite qualified to also teach English. And then at the same time, our culture is Asian. So between us and China, there's a lot of compatibility. I'm sure you eat Chinese food a lot. So you can imagine the compatibility there. And then, of course, in learning a language, there's a frequency. There's got to be some frequency. So the Philippines and China share the same time zone, so that works out as well. So students can have more frequent lessons with the teacher. On the requirements for to become a 5-1 Talk home-based online English teacher, first you have to be a college graduate with a good command of the English language, and of course you have to be passionate with teaching, because these are young kids that we are teaching, and as you can tell, but you have to be very, very patient in terms of first it's online, second is these are kids, no. And the second thing you must have is, of course, the technology. So it's a shared economy. You have to have the necessary hardware, and wired internet is very critical, high speed, because it's a virtual lessons like this. We're having video lessons, video meetings, so our internet needs to be stable. And then the third is we have to have a proper, conducive teaching and learning environment, teaching and learning environment. The background, your background is great. My background is, conducive, quiet, the surroundings are quiet. And then, of course, finally is the schedule of the teacher. The teacher needs to be available during the evenings and, of course, during weekends. This is when the kids are out of school or the students are out of work, they leave work and they can now be online to learn English. So it's actually evenings and weekends. That's the most ideal schedule. And then, of course, they must be available to attend all the trainings that 5-1 Talk provides for free. So that's really how to, teaching experience is not required, but it's preferred. But 5-1 Talk can provide all those online English teaching skills as part of its commitment to the students to give quality lessons every time.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's very interesting, Ms. Jen. That's really very, very exciting. Now you mentioned about understanding Filipino teachers as Asians, and we share the same time zones, and we have this understanding of being Filipinos, as we have this understanding of our Asian counterparts, and of course. We have, personally, I have a lot of friends who are we call Chinoys, or Filipino Chinese, or Chinese Filipinos. But my question there, ma'am, is that in terms of understanding the culture for a teacher who will teach Chinese kids, is there some sort of a training as well on how you will understand the values and the traits and maybe the behavior, although we are both Asians, but is there some sort of a training also for you to understand the culture and the heritage of that specific market, in this case, China?
Yes, at the start, we really train our teachers on the Chinese culture, understanding it. Of course, it's just the basic side, no? The others, you can almost research them. But, these are kids trying to understand how to speak English. So we also were colonized by the Americans, so we kind of understand also some of the American Western culture. So we're kind of bridging as well some of these culture, aspects. So I think, but we do provide training, and we also allow our teachers to share, their experience with each other. So sometimes the training cannot cover everything, but our teachers, know each other. Later on, they would start to share, how they, what they have learned, or what they do in class, all of that. So that's really we have a very, very good community set up in 5-1 Talk.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, Miss Jen, that you mentioned earlier was, of course, the infrastructure or the technical requirement. So not all communities or not all individuals have access to bigger bandwidths, fast internet. But are you looking at the potential of this availability of very stable internet connection in the Philippines? And do you think, I know, with the participation of more players in the technology sector, do you think that this initiatives will continue to be the key driver in making and ensuring that online education, that serving other countries would grow with the availability of better internet, faster internet, and even cheaper internet here in the Philippines?
Yeah, in the last, I would say 9 years, no, the Five on Talk has been looking for teachers. Internet has been always the kind of the deal breaker, you would say. But but now, because of the pandemic, I think there's an accelerated know-how or interest for people to actually invest. So I would say that telco is coming out as the winner as well in this in this pandemic, because people
Yes.
now would switch from data to like a more wired stable connection, and they would really probably call the telco every time, get me that connectivity immediately. So I think that had helped. The things that I've noticed, no, beforehand we were preaching for teachers, okay, make sure your background is not noisy, it's conducive, make sure you have stable internet. But anywhere you look now, they're saying the same thing. If you want to teach online, you want to learn online, make sure it's conducive, it's quiet, and you have a stable internet, and the PC must be of spec, right, of higher spec, rather than the an old laptop making it run. So for example, so I would say that wherever the fiber is, wherever the telco is, or wherever the DSL is, or broadband, we will, definitely it will give opportunities to those qualified individuals who wants to be part of this, e-commerce or e-education industry, really.
You also mentioned earlier, Miss Jen, that a person, like a potential applicant, a candidate for a teaching position in 5-1 Talk doesn't have to have a teaching background. So, and of course, you will be providing all the skills necessary for that. Can you elaborate more on that? I think related question to that, Miss Jen, is gaano ba kabata yung tuturuan? And related question again there is, in terms of the age bracket of that online education market, is this something that you credit for a student's educational background? Is this something, or it's just some sort of an elective or some sort of an online course, or are there options where it is incorporated to be credited in the curriculum of a specific academic institution po?
Right. So the training we provide caters to of course, the kids. No, they're as young as 4 years old, but I've heard teachers saying there are still younger students, but majority you would say is around that maybe 4 to or 6 to 12. You would say majority is like 6 to 12, but there are really pockets of very young children, wanting to, by parents, the parents wanting them to learn English as early as, the moment they speak. So that's that. There's that, and so our the 5-1 Talk training is customized in that way, because we have teaching materials we have learning materials that the students choose, and then our teachers are trained how to navigate those materials and teach the students. So by age, by level of language, their English language. So so that's really the demographic. Majority are young kids, primary school, under like 12 years old, and that. The other thing is that I think with the right training, our teachers can really succeed in the platform. And in terms of what we have done as well here in the Philippines is we have strengthened our partnership with our partners, with our schools, partner schools, and actually started to share some of our experience in terms of teaching online. So we've kind of, like recently, even during the lockdown, we have been training some people online on how to port your teaching, classroom teaching, and bring it online. So we have also been doing that with our partner schools and also with some LGUs, and of course our partner, the DICT. So we have been running some webinars so that people can it's like paying it forward, right? So this time maybe you can bring it to your classroom, or maybe when you're interested, please be part of 5-1 Talk. There's also livelihood opportunities for those who are affected in their areas, far-flung areas of the Philippines, as long as you have of course, the stable internet. That is the most important.
The conversation is getting more exciting as we talk with the country head of 5-1 Talk, Miss Jennifer K. Open for Business will be back. Stay with us.
This portion is brought to you by 5-1 Talk. Teach from home with 5-1 Talk.
Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Open for Business is back, and still with me is Miss Jennifer K, the country head of 5-1 Talk. Miss Jen, we mentioned about, of course, the importance of providing opportunities also to teachers, especially even if they don't have that teaching background, and providing them skills and providing opportunities to a lot of people to work from home. And what's very interesting also is, of course, with the global pandemic, we are seeing that the SME sector is also one of the hardest hit by the pandemic. So in terms of 5-1 Talk providing job opportunities to people who are unemployed, what is the role of 5-1 Talk on providing job opportunities?
Right. So 5-1 Talk doors are open to all those qualified individuals who are interested to be an online English teacher, and no better time than now, because you gotta stay at home and be safe, right? So and all the qualifications have been mentioned: college graduate, passion for teaching, you have to have the equipment, the internet, and the schedule, evenings and weekends, and then the background must be quiet and all that. So if you think you are really qualified for that, don't hesitate to go to our website 51talk.ph, and and register. Now, of course, the doors are also open not only to the people who who are displaced, right? Because there are people who have maybe jobs in the morning and want to have also extra earnings in the evenings and weekends. Our doors are also open for those.
And I think one of the information that we also learned about 5-1 Talk is your company providing a huge amount of donation. Can you talk more about this, Miss Jen?
So this donation was it was worth 5.25 million, donated by the headquarters. No, 5-1 Talk is headquartered in Beijing, and our CEO's heart is really that huge. The time when the height of the pandemic in China, around Feb. A lot of our students were stuck at home and couldn't do anything, couldn't go out. They actually look forward to having lessons with the Filipinos, their Filipino teachers, and our teachers really stepped up. They might they open more. It's a booking engine, so they open more slots. They were also providing the fun and fun and productive distractions to the students so that they can learn English and not be bored at home and make their time productive at home. So as a way of paying it forward, our CEO wanted to donate to help out with the Philippines in terms of the pandemic. So, the 5.25 million worth of medical, supplies were donated from China and through the Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce, and through them it was distributed to local hospitals, and that was really for me a really big help also to the cause, to help us in our fight for for COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. And of course, hats off to 5-1 Talk for that initiative, and it really not only helps a lot of people, but it really gives the message that whether you are from China, from Beijing, or any part of the world, as we really unite as one in terms of helping people. Now, Ms. Jen, I think off cam you mentioned also about you being, I think you're on your sixth year. I don't know if I have that right figure with 5-1 Talk. So far, in your being the country head of 5-1 Talk, what were your challenges in really promoting, marketing, and making sure that this online education initiative will be really provide huge growth in terms of providing job opportunities for our teachers, but expanding the market in China for students who want to learn English?
I would say in the last 6 years, no, the challenge had always been to find the match. You are qualified teacher, but you don't have the internet. You have the internet, but maybe you're not interested to teach, or something like that. But I think that had been resolved by a lot of through marketing and a lot of messaging to people, and also our teachers really earning from it and sharing that. A lot of our teachers have reasons why they cannot leave home or prefer to stay at home. And the traffic situation, of course, here in you can already see in just Manila at that time. Of course, now maybe, but it's coming back. The traffic situation is getting heavier again. But that time,
Yeah.
people really get tired, right? Really got tired of traveling and all that, and have children at home they want to take care of. So that had been kind of the market that had been most attracted to the being home based at that time. But now I think the COVID-19 had made in the last 3 months had made it like even the ground, make the playing field even out. So everybody, you don't want to go out, and you shouldn't go out. Follow the government's advice. Don't go out. You have an internet. You have, all these things that, and you have a good command of English. Go ahead, sign up, right? So that had been, the last 3 months had been easier for me, I would say, because we have also seen a surge of interested people to be part of 51 Talk, and, different walks of life. And if you follow our Facebook, you could see a lot of our stories there, our teacher stories sharing, who they were before and how, who they are now, or what are they now, and adding the teaching online as part of their daily lives. And people who teach maybe in the classroom are also teaching with us online. So we have different kinds of people online. So imagine more than 20,000 home-based online English teacher. You can imagine the kind of people we have. So check out our Facebook page and 51 Talk, and then you can see more of the real stories of our teachers.
And speaking of your Facebook page, I think I saw Miss Pia Wurtzbach there, Miss Universe. So what's your intention? What's your purpose of having Miss Pia Wurtzbach as your ambassador, Miss Jen?
51 Talk recently signed Pia as the ambassador for 51 Talk, because all of us will agree that Pia is a national pride of the Filipinos, because she won the Miss Universe last 2015, and then she enjoys an international reputation, which is also the 51 Talk's brand image. And she personifies, intelligence, like a lot of the Filipinos are. And then she also likes to empower people to have to be to be independent at home. And she also inspires and people, and she also has a very positive image. So I think that our teachers can also relate. Our teachers and our future teachers can actually see Pia as their model. So we are happy to sign her up. And actually, I saw her also active in Gabay Guro. So she really supports a lot of the, our teachers. So yeah, so please watch out for Pia Wurtzbach. We will have her, more and more in our Facebook and our events also with 51 Talk.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Jen, I think this is not in our list of the questions that I may ask, but I'm just curious on your roadmap. For now, you're just serving the China market, but do you have other plans also of eventually tapping other countries to serve the online English education, that will serve the other people in different countries?
Right now, we have about 280,000, you would say, students who are actively having lessons.
Wow.
And imagine we haven't even, that's just imagine the population of China is like the tip of the iceberg. So the market is still huge, there's still a big iceberg under the sea there. So, we're not saying no to the other side, but I think we haven't even, scratched the surface of our target market so far. So I would say there's a lot more opportunity within the mainland China market right now.
Okay. And before we ask you to leave, Miss Jen, is there, I know that a lot of, because of, as you, during our discussion, we mentioned about, of course, losers and gainers in online education. And with all this good things happening in this type of industry that you are in. Do you think this will? What's the growth that you are looking at? Do you also did you somehow revisit or revise your growth projections? And since you are recruiting, also, are you looking at a bigger demand for teachers here in the Philippines who will teach English for Chinese market? And what's that number that you are eyeing? What's your projection, Miss Jen?
Yeah, so based on the study or report in China, the ESL industry is really going to grow like 25% year on year. And with a 52 billion or 72 billion US dollar in 2022. So it's really huge potential. And here in the Philippines, we are seeking for 30,000 home-based online English teachers. We're attracting them this year to be part of 5-1 Talk. So there's always that the light at the end of the tunnel for people. If you are looking for something to do at home and productive, I think you should please consider being part of 5-1 Talk and sign up. Website 51talk.ph and the official Facebook page 5-1 Talk.
I should have asked this question at the beginning of the program, Miss Jen, but why is the company called 5-1 Talk?
I should have explained it to you. So 5-1 Talk is homophonous, no? In Chinese, it sounds like I want to talk. So 5 being I, and then 1 is want, no? And a lot of companies in China starts with 5-1, whatever. It's because I want. So that's why it's called 5-1 Talk. So yeah, so that's the reason for that.
And Miss Jennifer, your final invitation to teachers, or not necessarily, for people who don't necessarily have teaching background, so that they will join 5-1 Talk for, of course, not only for their own growth to provide job opportunities for them, but of course to make revive the Philippine economy. Your message to them, Miss Jen.
Yeah, to all the interested people and the qualified people who are interested to be part of 5-1 Talk, you have to be a college graduate, passionate in teaching, good command of the English language, and have the computer, internet, be part of the leading online English teaching platform, sign up with 51talk.ph. Your future at home is about to change, right? So don't worry about what's going on outside. Stay at home. Everything is online. Training, teaching. You don't even have to leave home to be a productive member of 5-1 Talk. So
that's really a great way to end the conversation. It was a very insightful afternoon. It was a very insightful discussion with the country head of 5-1 Talk, Miss Jennifer K. Open for Business. We'll be back with our word of the week and our term of the week. Stay with us.
All or nothing na ang magiging labanan sa tagisan ng galing. Dahil ang top 30 ay sasalain na para mabuo ang top 15 semi-finalist.
Sino ba sila? Karaniwang tao, saan ka tatakbo?
I've been praying for.
Tutukan niyan this weekend sa pinakamalawak na talent competition on Philippine TV and online. Ito ang Tagisan ng Galing.
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sandig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sandig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vetaproof NutriChoice, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChoice. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Luncheon Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Foods Tender Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Cooper, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing, and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango, at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. In participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint, Matimco, Our Square Variables Incorporated, Compizel Enterprises, Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, EMAC UPB Roof Corporation. East West Bank, your dream, our focus.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved NutriChunks. With active boost and prebiotics na Pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa NutriChunks.
The South Luzon Expressway, a 36-kilometer long road that runs from Alabang to Santo Tomas, Batangas, connects several commercial and residential areas in the Greater Manila and the provinces of Laguna, Cavite, and Batangas. This will soon be extended all the way to the province of Quezon.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sandmay Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sandmay Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Bakit natin ipinagluluto ang mga mahal natin? We want them to feel special. Some meaty luncheon meat that we serve. If your pure intentions had a taste, it would taste like Pure Foods. Pure sarap, Pure Foods luncheon meat.
And our term of the week is from elearningcoach.com. Our term of the week is e-learning, short for electronic learning. It is an umbrella term that refers to all types of training, education, and instruction that occurs on a digital medium like a computer or mobile phone. And our word of the week is from Jack Huang, the CEO of 51 Talk. He said, Filipino teachers are the best online English teachers in the world. Their English competency is very high. They speak English in neutral accent. They like to sing and dance. Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, and industry experts promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News, and you can watch us again in the video section of the Eagle News Facebook page and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Eagle News. For Open for Business, this is Cesar Valios. We live in interesting times. Have a great day. And before you go, here is Julian to tell us more about Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis, our online concert for the benefit of the FYM Medical Foundation.
Here are the many ways to donate and be able to help health workers and frontliners through the FYM Medical Foundation as our beneficiary. First, donate via pymy.co/EBC. Just use any Visa, MasterCard, or JCB credit, debit, or prepaid card and donate by logging on to pymy.co/EBC. Just choose an amount you wish to donate and enter your card details. Second, donate via the PayMaya app. If you have a PayMaya account, you can easily donate by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Just log on to your app, click the scan button, point your camera to the QR code that you see on the screen, and enter the amount you wish to donate. Third, donate via PayPal. For PayPal app users, just log on to eaglenews.ph and click the PayPal Donate Now button found at the upper portion of the website. Input the amount you wish to donate, click Use this donation for Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis, and choose between Donate with PayPal or Donate with a credit card in order to enter your additional information. Fourth, donate directly to the EBC bank account that is flashing on your screens. You can complete transactions online or directly with your banks. Fifth, donate over the counter using ebc.pay8.app. Just go to ebc.pay8.app or scan the QR code and you can now choose to donate over the counter via the app. After typing your donation details, you can choose your payment options including over-the-counter payments like Palawan Express, LBC, ECPay, and Cebuana Luwilier. You can also pay through credit and debit cards and mobile e-wallets using the ebc.pay8.app. Wherever you are in the world, you can easily help those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic even while at home through our beneficiary FYM Medical Foundation. Together, let's all do our part and stand as one against COVID-19.
Huwag tayong mag-alala. Kung ganito man, kalala ang problema ng mundo, tandaan ninyo, meron tayong Diyos na handang-handang tumulong sa atin. Ang kailangan ay makita ng Diyos yung pagkakaisa, pagtutulong-tulong at yung kasipagan ng tao sa kanyang paghahanap buhay.